Hi everyone, welcome back to 67 Hail Hail. You really can't wipe the smile off my face. Probably a lot of you, well mainly all of you, will be the exact same because today we have got the news that we've been waiting for a long time. It's, let me get this right, 524 days since Celtic Park was last full, or last allowed to be full. But by next Thursday night at home to Jablonec, we will have the chance to have 60,000 fans back at Celtic Park. Amazing news. So we thought we could do this stream. Doing it live, which is always a very risky game. I've managed to kind of jig things around, so hopefully we can see your comments coming in. I've obviously got the green screen behind me as well. Bit nervous, to be honest, doing this kind of thing live, but it's another dry run ahead of what is happening on Sunday. Touch wood, things should go well. I thought we could turn it into a bit of an interactive video. We could have a bit of a chat about what it's going to mean for you wonderful people to go back to Celtic Park, how much you've missed Celtic Park, what have you missed about Celtic Park, what are the wee daft things you used to moan about that you now wish you'd never moaned about and can't wait to get back to Celtic Park. Now, I know some of you, including myself, have been back at Celtic Park, but come on, full capacity. None of us have experienced that for a long time. So let's have a good chat about it. Josh already pointing out that there'll be no more ballots needed, certainly for home games, obviously away games as well. That's the other thing about this news, is that presuming that full capacity will mean that away crowds will be permitted back at games again, and I've badly missed getting to away games. It's great news. Mazhar Yusuf kicking us off as I try and make sure these comments are coming across. Open the gates, let me rejoin my mates. You should get that in a banner, mate. Good to have you on board for this live stream. Just really, I don't know. I think going back to Celtic Park for the Michelin first leg, which is my first time going back, I was emotional. I spoke about that in the channel. Being back, you'll never walk alone. Going in the turnstile, walking up a million flights of stairs to get to my allocated seat for the match. All of that stuff was amazing to be back. I think going back for a game with a full crowd. Bear in mind, there was only 9,000 at that game. There's only 18,500 at West Ham. There's only going to be 25,000 this Sunday against Dundee. Going back to a match with full capacity at Celtic Park is going to be a great feeling. It's been so long in coming. Obviously last season, not one Celtic fan got to see a match. I was worried that we were going to have the same situation this season. The way things started, getting a few thousand here, 2,000 at the Preston game. But to be fair to the Scottish Government, who I have never criticised in my life, they have built this up incrementally. We've gone from 2,000 at Preston to 9 at Michelin to 18, as I say, at West Ham to 25 this weekend. And then a big jump, a more than double jump, hopefully to 60,000, or certainly close to 60,000 for the second leg against Jablonec, if that's how you pronounce it. After that, by the way, we do have Hearts a few days later. It's a weekend game, but it's in the Premier Sports Cup. Now, this is a game that in the past would have attracted, 25,000 if you're lucky. I think Celtic Park could be sold out for that home game against Hearts. With it being Hearts, with it being the first domestic match, that we can get a full Celtic Park. And with it being a weekend, I think we could see a huge crowd in for that one. And then after that, we've got St Mirren the following week. And obviously, season tickets and stuff will be in place for that, with it being a league game. So it's amazing times. Great to hear Celtic, so positive about it. I feel like we need a lot of positivity at the club at the moment. Our start to the season has been incredibly disappointing. We were all hoping for a fresh start, and it's been really disappointing. 3 competitive matches so far. We've not won a single one. 2 of them defeats. Couple of signings in midweek, I think, have got the support excited again and given us a bit of belief that this season could actually be something positive. And getting fans back to games as well is just kind of I'd say the icing on the cake, but we're not quite at the icing stage yet. A lot of work needs done at Celtic to have a team that the full Celtic Park can be proud of. But great just to have fans going back to the games. Right, everyone, let me know then, what have you missed about Celtic Park? What crazy things have you missed, and what are you looking forward to getting back and doing at games? I just loved, when I went back to the Michelin game, just sitting and watching the warm-ups. Sounds completely daft, but something you just don't get to do on Path to Paradise. Just sitting and watching the players warm up, the atmosphere building. I really enjoyed that part of it. Obviously, You'll Never Walk Alone. That first, You'll Never Walk Alone, next Thursday before the game against Jablonec is going to be Tony Stewart, Johnny Mack and the Faithful. I don't know if that's tongue-in-cheek, Tony, is it? Brody, You'll Never Walk Alone will be special next week. We're getting a shout out for Fanta in Celtic Park. I've never actually had the Fanta in Celtic Park. I'm always a Coke guy going into Celtic Park. Has anyone missed the food in Celtic Park? The salty chips with absolutely no sauce cutting about. You need to actually go on a hunt to try and find one single sachet of like brown sauce or something like that. The pizzas, the burgers. The more I think about it, I think I've only ever really had chips at Celtic Park. I've never really had anything else. But just wee things like that we've missed. That it'll be amazing to get back and see the place full again. I wonder how the players are feeling as well. I think Ange spoke about it yesterday in his press conference, it being kind of lucky that he's come to the club at a time when fans are getting back into the stadium. I mean, you look at last season, you know, there was, as I say, no fans went to any home Celtic match the whole of last season. And already this season, you know, 4 or 5 games in, we're going to have a full capacity crowd. And he spoke about the effect that could have on the team. He says it's a team that were lost last season, and I don't think you'd find any Celtic fan who disagrees with that. And hopefully going back to Celtic Park with a couple of new signings and getting the fans back in is going to be huge for the team, and hopefully they can really kick on. Hopefully they can kick on tonight. Don't get me wrong, I think we're close to capacity in Czech Republic tonight, but certainly from next Thursday onwards, hopefully this is really the start of Celtic. What else are we getting? Mazhar Youssef, hands down, looking forward to meeting the regular season ticket holders that I sat next to who I haven't seen in 18 months. A good point, that. Very good point, Mazhar. Not like you, but good to see folk you've not seen in so long. Definitely, I mean, you form a bond with the people you sit next to at Celtic games every fortnight, and we just had that taken away with me, given what's happened here. Pine Bovril getting a shout out as well. Someone saying they missed the toilets as well. I'm not convinced on that. But yeah, just can't wait to get in. Home games and away games. Last season was murder, wasn't it? And it was murder because Celtic weren't very good mainly. But the fact that no fans could get to games was just a complete shambles. Football wasn't enjoyable last season from a Celtic point of view. And as I say, a lot of that was down to the team being poor, but a lot of it was down to matches being played in empty stadia. Getting 18,000 back in has been fine, and the atmosphere's actually been quite good for that. But see when we get that place full again for the big games coming up, it's just going to be like old times. You know, we've got so many big games coming up in the league. Vast majority of them away from home. We're going to get Celtic fans into those games, hopefully, and then after that we're going to have a great run of home games. You know, Hearts, Rangers, Aberdeen, Hibs will all have to come to Celtic Park in the league, and the atmosphere for those games is going to be great. In terms of tonight, I thought we could just move on to Jablonec. Not quite sure what to think about the tie tonight. I think they finished 5 or 6 points only behind Sparta Prague last season. We probably finished similar point behind Sparta Prague in a 6-game group stage in the Europa League. So I don't think we have any right to be assuming that we can go over and beat them by a few tonight. I think as much as away goals is away now, it kind of changes the makeup of ties. But I think if we can get, if we can come away hopefully with a victory, but I don't think a draw is an awful result. Get them back to Celtic Park next week and hopefully do the business in front of a full crowd. It's a big tie tonight. I know a lot of people have already written off our hopes in the Europa League because we're going to face AZ Alkmaar in the playoff round if we get through this tie, and that looks like it's going to be a really, really tough one. I think they finished 1 point behind PSV last season, and everyone was obviously writing off our chances against PSV. We see how good they are in the Champions League. So it's a big task ahead of us to get into the Europa League, but I think if we could get into the Europa League this season, it would be a triumph. Unlike recent years when we've dropped into the Europa League and we've beaten Sarajevo's and Riga's to get to the group stage, it's felt like, that's what was expected of you. I think if we beat Jablonec tonight and AZ Alkmaar, then I think it would be a pretty good achievement for Celtic to get into the Europa League. I keep talking about it. It's a streamlined tournament this year, 32 teams. It's going to be a bit different, and I think it would be a big achievement. Hopefully it would give the players a boost as well. Hopefully that's what they're wanting to achieve. Looking forward to the game tonight. It's a 4:45 kickoff. Not quite sure why that is the case, but exciting times nonetheless. Now, I'm going to play about with a couple of my graphics. Hopefully the comments in that are all coming on screen. We're just doing a bit of prep ahead of the stuff we're planning at the weekend, of which you probably kind of guessed what it's going to be by now. It's going to involve cameras, live streaming, microphones. Thankfully, not just me chatting about Celtic in the same place. So we can be excited about that. Just remember that if you want to subscribe to 67 Hail Hail, that you can do that. Lots and lots coming on the channel. We'll have the live reaction after the game tonight. And thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and Hail Hail.